example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
All of your favorite 1017 The Truth content whenever you want. The Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Psst, we bought that action. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
Did you ever think that you would be in this position right now where your daughter would have some way lose her life?
I didn't want to believe it. All the times I called, sometimes the phone would ring and ring and ring for days. I didn't want to know that she had successfully committed suicide.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. Like, they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Yam, pam, jam.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, wow.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Speak up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tory? Like,
tell Tony, all aboard. It's okay to jump on the love train.
I'm not jumping on the love train.
We might got a couple seats left.
Listen, he ain't going to be, Jordan Love will not be the starter in 5 years.
Trash. That's a trash.
That's just my take.
Now you're trying to string it out.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Well, I'll need some apologies from the staff of 101.7.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I think the line's messing up. Hey, Eddie. Oh, I guess something happened with Eddie.
Hush up, boy.
And they have an agenda. And the agenda is a satanic one. I don't know why people don't talk about it. You can't talk.
Oh, Yo, they just empty.
I want to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cups. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue, and I'm here for the action.
And I'm butt that action.
And I want all smoke.
Who wants to smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How you doing, DJ Brother Z?
It's Taco Tuesday.
And how y'all doing out there in Radio Land? Truth Nation. Thank you for joining me this May 13, 2025. We got another powerful show for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Now look, we got the second day of the Diddy trial. Now I usually talk about these celebrities at the Pop Culture Report. That's when I use and I talk about these celebrities. But when they make the headline news, DJ Brother Z, when they start getting the mug shots in the federal court ideas, I gotta put it on the regular. I gotta talk about it in the regular spaces now. I always tell y'all, these celebrities, when they start making headline news, that's when I say, we gotta watch it, because they're getting a lot of these celebrities in spaces, and many times they're talking about sexual assault, or, some woman is claiming that they was raped. And so you got to go to court. You got to take it to trial. Diddy took it to trial. But did he do it, DJ Brother Z? Did he do it? Now, the first day of the trial, OMG, they came out swinging. The prosecution came out swinging. But what I'm seeing is that the defense has been poking holes in the story, in their defense, poking holes, like asking certain questions to show that many of the incidents were consensual. So they had a guy came, he was a witness, and the guy said that he was doing things to Cassie. I'm not going to talk about it. It's too graphic to talk about on the air. Diddy was paying him, coming in with the freak off action. For those that know what they was talking about, for those that's following the trial, the golden spray was talked about. The golden liquid, okay? And it's just, wow, And the guy said something that kind of like pointed out that even Cassie instructed him on how to do that. She even told the guy how to do it to her that way, a certain way. And so it's interesting to see that they are trying to make a point that Diddy have done these horrendous things to women that attended his freak-offs. But the question is, were they participating adults or victims? participating against the will. I think that's where they're trying. The jury going to have to decide this, DJ Brother Z. But we got some video, some audio of the first day of trial, second day of trial going on right now. We're going to try to keep everybody updated. We got video as we broadcast live. Salute to everybody in the chat. You know the chat always getting chatty. I want to know what y'all thinking about this trial so far. Hit me up in the chat. Hit me up on the talk to text, 833-212-1017. Let's listen.
More breaking news right now. A star witness in the Sean Diddy Combs trial testifying. Cassie Ventura, Diddy's longtime girlfriend, is on the stand and is expected to allege that she suffered years of abuse by the music mogul. Fox 5's Stephanie Bertini is live outside federal court with the details from inside of the courtroom. Stephanie, what do you know?
Bianca, good afternoon. Well, Cassie and Diddy had a very high-profile relationship, and they were together for years. Now, in court today, she said it was mixed with good and bad times, including physical altercations. Some notes out of court today. Cassie told the jury this morning if they were violent arguments, it would usually result in some sort of physical abuse and dragging. Just different things, she said, end quote there. And when asked how frequently Combs would become violent with her, Cassie spoke very softly. She said, quote, too frequently. Yesterday, prosecutors showed jurors that video of Combs beating Cassie in a hotel in 2016. If you remember, it went viral after it was made public. Cassie sued Combs in 2023, alleging years of abuse. Now, the two met in 2005, and she was 19 at the time. Combs was 37. He signed her to his label, Bad Boy Records. Cassie's legal name, Cassandra Ventura. Her testimony now is crucial in this case as prosecutors are arguing Combs used his power to orchestrate an empire of exploitation, coercing women into abusive sex parties he called, quote, freak-offs, and becoming violent if they refuse. Now, sketches show Combs using his hand to send a heart to his family. The hip-hop superstar has been behind bars in federal prison in Brooklyn since he was arrested in September. Now, while we're only seeing sketches out of federal court, of course, cameras are not allowed inside. We've seen his family repeatedly, including his mom, including his children. This is video of the family today arriving here at the federal court in Manhattan. Now, Combs is facing some very serious charges. He is maintaining his innocence. The charges include sex trafficking and racketeering. Now, the defense has said that while Combs does take responsibility for domestic abuse, this was not sex trafficking. We continue to follow, of course, Bianca, this high-profile case. Back to you.
Hey, okay, so racketeering, sex trafficking, where everybody else at? So they're saying he's responsible for these things. He ran this criminal organization. Where are the accomplices? Where are the other people that was involved in this? If this was his empire on the low. Also, Cassie takes the stand, and I'll tell you this. I'm not for any of this type of behavior where people are doing anything against somebody's will. I'm not. And when you talk about people in relationships, you know, I'm finding that people have weird ideas for their relationship that I may not agree with. Was this one of those relationships? And then another thing that comes to mind, when you see these people walking the red carpet, when you see these people in the limelight, going to these Met Galas, going to these situations on the high fashion end, you don't know what they had to do to get there. That's all I'm trying to tell folks. Y'all want to be on this level with these people, and I'm going to tell you right now, some of y'all may not want to do what some of these people had to do to get there. Because if you just listen to Cassie, she's a beautiful woman, wanted to be a part of the industry. You know, she was one that was very involved in the fashion and the glitz and the glamour with Diddy and hitting the red carpet. But many times when we see the backside, like now we're seeing what was going on before they hit the red carpet. And all of the stories about what people make people do for success, you think Diddy the only one that's putting people through hoops to get that success? Some people will say this is the way the entertainment industry operates. Many people tell stories of having to go into these parties, into these rooms with these executives or people that are on the higher up, and then they got to do something strange for a little change. I don't know. DJ Brother Z, I ain't never been to none of these things, but there were whispers and people that was trying to hint what was going on. But now with this trial, you hearing from the people that were directly involved and how it went down. So all of the speculations of what used to be whispers and people didn't really know exactly what was happening. And Jaguar Wright was trying to say all of this weird stuff was going on in Hollywood. Now you see what was going on behind the scenes. And I'm going to tell you right now, Diddy is the one on the chopping block, but it's executives above Diddy. Who you think was coming to the party? Who you think was invited? It wasn't Lil Ray Ray now. It wasn't me, it wasn't you. It was the higher-ups, these executives, these people that run these corporations. They would go to the Diddy party, and these people who would want to get close to them would come, or people that were next up, or people that was involved or wanted to be a part of that limelight had to go to these things and go through these certain processes. And then you see them on the video with the jury. You know, they got all this jewelry, they got all these cars, but how did they get it? And I'm telling y'all be running up behind ideas that you don't understand what you got to do to get in that space and make it look like you got it going on. A lot of these people, they'll make it a 3-minute video and y'all trying to live y'all life behind these 3-minute videos. They'll make a hit record and y'all try to dictate y'all whole summer from the record. Not understanding the energy that was put in behind the scenes that created that darkness. That's why you got to be careful what you consuming and what you want to participate in, because you may not, or you might be. Some of y'all may not mind whatever y'all got to do to get through. Some of y'all may not mind doing strange things for a little change. I don't know. But this is what we're seeing, and you heard it from R. Kelly, you heard it from Harvey Weinstein, Abercrombie and Fitch. Now you got Shannon Sharp. You got all these different celebrities in this world and women saying that how they were treated and abused to be next to these people. Was it consent? Was it groupie love? Was it human trafficking? Hey, some people willing to do some things that other people ain't just to get that limelight. And we watching it. And we seeing it over and over again. So when y'all got little kids that got talent, when y'all got people that got real talent and they know how to sing and they want to get in the industry, just proceed with caution. That's all I'm saying. They may, like Maya said, Maya didn't want to bust down and get down. That singer Maya, she said they blackballed her after she didn't want to get down to lay down and get down. Beautiful singer, but she didn't want to participate, so she fell off to the side. But she talk about it. Maya, she talk about it. So sometimes y'all got little stars in your family. Just proceed with caution. That's all I'm saying. Everybody want to be on the videos. Everybody want to be in that big moment, walking on the red carpet. But what's all behind it, DJ Brother Z? Let's teach our young people the truth. Because it's coming out. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call, That's All Gruber Cash giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call, That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices, One Call, That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. There's no better time to upgrade your windows and doors than right now, because you can get up to 6 years of 0% financing at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Yes, no interest for up to 72 months, and the full Pella experience is always included. That means the Pella team is with you from start to finish. They don't disappear after the work is done. Set up your free in-home consultation. You commit to nothing at this point. A Pella design expert will listen to your vision and then present the different colors, sizes, and customizations needed to make that vision a reality. It can feel overwhelming to consider what feels like limitless possibilities, but Pella's design team can help narrow those options down for you to create that dream upgrade. Hurry! Get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Certain restrictions apply, and the deal ends May 31st, 2025. So visit PellaWI.com today.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you through all of it, because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024 U.S. Bank.
Ready for more fun? More friendships? More adventures?
Then it's time to become a Girl Scout.
Explore the outdoors, meet forever friends, and make a difference in your community. Sign up for our extended year membership today. Girls can join for $98 and adults for $42. Start in April and enjoy up to 5 extra months of fun. The extended year membership is April 1st, 2025 to September 30th, 2026, followed by a regular membership year. So what are you waiting for?
Join us and be a Girl Scout.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
They treat me like Jesus Christ. Glock take care of everybody. Play with him and that's your life. I'm a humble, but that money get me hype. I'm a hustling, counting money gets me hype. What you know about sacrifice?
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show, DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. We got to head over to Madison, Wisconsin. What T-Pain say, Kansas. Madison, Wisconsin. Madison school shooting happened. Guess what? The father. They arrested the father, and the father appeared in court with a $20,000 bond. Father of a teen who opened fire at a Madison school made his first court appearance. This was on Friday. I had this story in the tuck, but we got to bring this back up. You know why? Because if your kid get a hold of some weapons and go and do something in the public, they're going to start arresting you. You may be responsible when it comes to these school shootings. He was accused of allowing his daughter access to the guns used in the attack. He is the latest. He's one of the. It's two parents I've seen. One in Minnesota, I think, and now this one. He is the latest parent to be criminally charged for mass violence caused by their child. Now I keep telling y'all. Eventually, y'all acting like y'all can't control y'all kids, and they get out here and do something. Eventually, gonna find a way to hook you, unless you go through the proper channels, like the one mother did that came and called in and tried to stop her son. See, she tried to stop her son, this black woman that came on the show. She tried to stop her son from doing the crimes and reached out for help, and they didn't want to help. Had to call into the show to get some help. So if your child go out here and do something and cause great bodily harm and injury, you might be looking through the jail bars. You might be peeking through the thing trying to ask somebody to give you some commissary. It's real. We got video if you're watching as we broadcast live. Let's listen.
In school in December, made his first appearance in court today.
Yeah, he's accused of buying guns for his daughter that were used in that attack. Stephanie Quirk is here in studio. And Steph, this marks the latest case where a parent is charged for a mass shooting carried out by their child.
Yeah, Sam and Kim, 42-year-old Jeffrey Ruppnow was charged with 3 felonies in connection to the shooting carried out by his daughter at Abundant Life Christian School. Now, for some perspective, we talked to a Wisconsin law professor on how prosecutors were able to charge him and other parents of mass shooters.
We have 2 deceased victims, multiple gunshot victims, 1 still in critical condition, all still dealing with the problem.
This is 42-year-old Jeffrey Ruppnow. He's the father of the 15-year-old who carried out a mass shooting at Abundant Life Christian School.
There was no other person who knew the child better than the defendant.
Ruppnow is accused of buying guns for his daughter. Investigators say those guns were used in the deadly attack on December 16th. A student and substitute coordinator died. 6 others were wounded.
His actions and lack of judgment here contributed to the fatal and tragic mass violence incident at Abundant Life Christian School.
In court Friday, a Dane County commissioner set his bail at $20,000.
The seriousness and the potential penalties that some cash bail is appropriate.
Ruppnow is the latest parent to be criminally charged for mass violence caused by a child.
There's a growing sense that perhaps the parent or the guardian does bear some responsibility.
Professor John Gross with the University of Wisconsin Law School says as more prosecutors extend responsibility to parents in these cases, we could see criminal law change.
How profoundly impactful these school shooting incidents are, and looking around to try to find some justice for this community.
And Ruppnow is charged with intentionally giving a dangerous weapon to a minor, causing death, and contributing to the delinquency of a child. He's due back in court.
I'll say this. You know, a lot of times when y'all talk about these guns and y'all want to protect yourself, and I understand that, but you got to leave room for guns shoot. And if they sitting around, you got to make sure they locked up properly. Because I'm going to tell you this, you make it control what you doing or what your ideal is, but you can't control what everybody else going to do. You can't. There's no way. And you would want people to have the same ideas that you have. But like I said, your own child, somebody around your family, they may have other intentions for the guns. You might be getting ready for Armageddon. You know, you might be thinking it's going to be a zombie apocalypse. Now your baby up at the school, shooting up the school. Brought the gun to school. Now you finna get arrested. All I'm saying is, if you got guns, make sure they locked away properly. Don't have them laying around. Just because, you have a right to have guns now. But you don't have a right to be neglectful with the guns and something happened and then it causes great harm to other people. Now they might start putting you on the hook for that. And I see more and more that that's going to be the outcome when it's serious injury, great body harm, or even death. You may be at work. You may be somewhere at work. You got the guns at the crib. Somebody around the house carelessly doing stuff, and you ain't even around. But now you're gonna go downtown. That's what's gonna happen. If you listening to this show right now, you got guns and it ain't locked up and they ain't secure, go do it. Go do it. Go lock them guns up. Because guns that are neglected, or you're not managing them guns properly, they gon' shoot. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's what they was made for. So make sure you're taking all the proper precautions with these guns. Stop. You may be not thinking about it, but if something happened, you're going to be standing in court wishing you had the foresight to understand that things can happen out of your control. Lock them guns up. Put them guns away. Or you're going to end up behind bars. And it may not even got nothing to do with you. But it do. And it got a lot of people buying folks guns too. I seen that too. A lot of folks buying folks guns and sneaking guns around. Okay. All right. I'm trying to help them, DJ Brother Z. It's early in the summer. And you know they doing that for school shootings. But you know what they going to start doing that? They going to start doing that for violence too. You didn't have your gun put away. You better prove that they broke the lock, cut the lock. Because if it ain't that, and there's the guns laying around where people can get them, they gonna start putting folks in jail for being irresponsible. I'm trying to tell you. You seen what they do with the drug dealers now? When the kids in the suburbs start dying from the drugs, overdosing, they'll try to track the person who sold the drugs to the person in the suburbs and put them in jail for the death of the person that died in the suburbs. Now, when it was happening in the black community, you ain't see that. Somebody died from an overdose, hey, unfortunate. But Lil Johnny and Lil Sarah start dying from the drugs, and they start going to get the person that sold them the drugs. I understand what I'm saying, Truth Nation. All right, look, when we come back, we'll have a Pop Culture Report. Lock them guns up. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Every accomplishment starts somewhere. For University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee student Nick Birschbach, it was internships that led to a job at GE Healthcare. For Charles Kelly, it started with an internship at a TV station. Now, he's a weekend anchor. And for Jaden Anderson, her leadership led to recognition from the American Institute of Architecture students. The path to success goes many places. It starts at UWM.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Carrie Noni with her truth.
You know, sometimes the mundane isn't a burden, it's the beauty of living. I came to this conclusion after recently watching the movie Subservience on Netflix. It's a crazy film, y'all. I would suggest you check it out. But it's a story that explores our relationship with technology and how it's programmed to take our burdens away. This movie really got me thinking about how much we're wired to avoid struggle. We create tools and shortcuts to make life easier, whether it's robots, apps, or even outsourcing everyday tasks. But in the process, we risk forgetting the value of the little things we go through every day. Sure, folding laundry or grocery shopping might feel like chores. I literally dread cleaning up. But isn't there something grounding about them? Something that reminds us we're human. Life isn't just about the highlights or the easy parts. It's about the messy, repetitive, and sometimes inconvenient stuff too. Think about it. Who would you be if you didn't have to face the small frustrations that test your patience, or the routines that push you to show up for yourself or the people around you? The mundane moments, the ones we rush to escape, are often the ones that shape us. If life was nothing but convenience, where's the growth? Where's the grit that teaches us resilience? And most importantly, where's the appreciation for the moments that do take our breath away? So maybe the next time you find yourself annoyed by the daily grind and are on the brink of crashing out, you pause, you breathe, and remind yourself that the beauty of life isn't just in the big moments, but in every little thing that makes them possible.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to Jammin' with Juice with Ben Jammin' and Carrie Noni weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. Milwaukee Brewers dropped Game 1 of their 3-game series out in Cleveland to the Guardians. This one by a final score of 5-0. The loss dropping the Brewers 2 games under 500 at 20-22. Game 2 set for this evening. Over to the NBA, where the Dallas Mavericks have won the NBA lottery. They'll have the number 1 pick in the upcoming June 2025 NBA draft. And around the NBA, the Celtics fall into the Knicks 121-113. New York taking a 3-1 lead in that series. And the Timberwolves also taking a 3-1 lead in their series over the Warriors with a 117-110 win. The Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Remember, FDIC.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, it's time to start jamming with juice. This is the Pop Culture Report with Carrie Noni and Ben Jammin' on The Tory Lowe Show. Tap in to see what's trending today on Pop Culture Report.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show, Pop Culture Report. Brought to you by Ben Jammin'.
It is amazing.
And Carrie Noni. Juice World.
Yeah.
Hype me up. Hype me up.
Hey.
Hype me up. Hey.
I like that, Tilo.
Hey.
You gyrating them shoulders, Ben.
No, I'm gyrating.
You got a shirt on under that?
Well, yeah. Well, no, I don't. I'm naked.
I can see your nipples.
Yeah, man, I'm
What
naked.
is up with you and Kyle not wearing undershirts under your shirt, bro?
Bro, you know, it's something about when you get grown, you don't care about them. Is it freezing? Is it freezing outside? I am cold.
I mean, you free balling jeans, so.
That's true. I feel pretty good doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a little loose with it, I'm a little loose with it.
Whatever, you know, bro. That's crazy. That's wild.
Hey, stop body shaming.
I ain't body shaming. I'm just saying. No, I was body shaming him yesterday. I'll say that.
Oh, no. Hey.
I ain't even gonna do it.
He look like that statue in New York. We're gonna say that when you try to blackmail me. Blackmail me and send it to me. But you know what, Truth Nation, today is a crazy, crazy day, man. It's a crazy day. And if y'all don't know why it's so crazy, it's because today is the second trial day for P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. Hey. Take that himself. All right. So
where did Puff come from?
His mom said that when he was a kid, or Diddy said when he was a kid, he used to get really mad, and when he used to get really mad, he used to puff up, and so they call him Puffy.
Hey. But what kind of grown man wants to call himself Puffy? All right,
the one that will call himself Brother Love.
Brother Love.
He just keep reinventing himself.
When he get in trouble, he scratched the LLC and put up a new one.
I wonder what his name is now.
That's what they do.
That's big business.
Whatever.
That's the concept. You know, once you dissolve the last name, then you put up a new name.
Nah, very
Crazy.
true. Very true. But with that being said, to catch people a little bit up to speed, what has been happening with the Diddy trial, Cassie has went on and she's doing her testimonies right now, testifying at the court. One thing that we do know that has happened due to one of the witnesses, that was the wrong phone. One of the witnesses, he basically said that Cassie wanted him to pee on her. So we
call it golden liquid on the show.
You call it golden liquid?
I thought it was golden shower.
Yeah, but you know, I'm trying to not get so graphic. But it's been jamming.
It's 1 o'clock.
Right,
It is
okay.
1:30.
Yeah.
It's not a morning.
You got to
right
just
now.
go and throw it all out
I
there.
might as well just tell him. Never mind. Look, Cassie basically wanted the gentleman to urinate on her. She wanted her to urinate on him, urinate on her, and personally, he said that he really never did that to anybody before, so she had to teach him how to do it.
And she taught him how to.
And she taught him how to do it because at first he just relieved himself all over her, and then that's when Diddy jumped in and was like, "No, that's the wrong way to do it.
It's an art to it.
It's an art to it. You got to first lather up in this baby oil first, and then you go ahead and do it."
Oh wow!
So it's just so crazy.
Right.
But I wanted to ask you, Tory, because we had this conversation yesterday. You know, could Diddy redeem himself after all this goes down?
No.
Say he wins the case.
No, I mean, I think that now.
How does he redeem himself?
I think it's like, did Bill Cosby redeem himself after he went through that?
Sheesh.
Have we seen Bill Cosby in the same light?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that when you go through a trial like this, it's definitely to lower your inspiration on the community when if they put you in a situation like this.
Right.
When it's involving other women,
Right.
you're saying?
Yeah, because now they'll never look at you.
Or just people, like sexual things?
We'll never see him the same way after this trial, even if he wins. I think that he'll start trying to operate a little bit more behind the scenes because somebody told me no matter what happens, if you give it time, it'll blow over.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I believe that he would have to just duck off the scene
for another decade,
for like a long time, and work
I
behind
think
the
if he
scenes.
went on like a redemption tour, he'd be straight.
Well, I told you what I think he needs to do, though.
I don't agree with that.
I said there's two ways.
Will you go backstage? Would you get a backstage pass for the Diddy redemption tour?
Would I be able to interview him?
I'm talking about
And, like,
just
ask
go
him questions?
backstage and sign an NDA.
Oh no, none of that.
Because everybody who go
Yeah,
next to
none of
Diddy
that.
now, if they're a woman, if he survives this, you're gonna get an NDA.
Interesting.
I said there's only two ways that Diddy can truly redeem himself. One, Tory, one way he can actually do it is if he made his own baby oil. I think everybody wants the Diddy oil now. I think it's been marketed lovely. Okay, and I think that if we saw it on shelves in Walmart and the Targets and all that, people would start to go pick up the Diddy oil.
But is it a certain ingredient in the Diddy oil? Because I think that they're saying that there was some type of ingredient in his baby oil that soaked through the skin.
There's a possibility. I mean, you know, those types of things happen. I actually watched this show. It's called Ruthless on BET. It's made by Tyler Perry. Well, allegedly, that's what's up with Diddy. But in this TV show that I watched, that's something that the gentleman does. He puts these different concoctions together. That's like some powder, some oils and stuff that'll leak into your skin. You know, so when your skin, because your skin is your biggest organ on your body, it'll soak it up and you'll become high off of that. And then next thing you know, you're in a cult. You know, but with
and you think people would want to purchase that?
I don't know if allegedly. You know,
people will do weird stuff. You know what I found out in my journey as an advocate? People get weird inside their house.
For sure. Everybody lives differently, bro.
Right.
Everyone lives differently, and you be like, "Damn, I would never accept this in my crib." Like on a lighter scale, right? Like most people that I know wouldn't allow a cat to be right on their kitchen counter where they're cooking food at, but another person will.
I guess I'm saying, I guess there are niches for everything, right? Like there's a niche of people somewhere
Especially
that
nowadays.
would want them type of baby oil bottles that get people high,
Maybe you sell
or
to porn
whatever
stars.
it is. Yeah, whatever it is.
Right.
You know, there's definitely a market for everything, but like on regular shelves and stuff. I don't know.
I could see it. I could see it, man. I could really see it because I think at this point it's been marketed nice now, and I think people will be willing to try it out.
Why you say it's been marketed nice?
Everybody's talked about it.
Well, think about it.
Think about powerful marketing.
But do you think they want to buy it, or are they talking mess about it, saying like this is crazy that he did this?
Hold on, if Sexy Red can sell her lip gloss, like,
did she profit off of that?
I didn't look at the
we
sales,
don't know the numbers. But all right, also Mike Tyson bit Holyfield's ear, and now he got the ear gummies.
Yep.
So like I said, people can take certain things as novelty ideas and sell it.
Right.
I think it depends on how nasty we all find out them freak off tour.
We finding out right now.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like this whole thing is like 8 weeks. 8 weeks is supposed to be the trial, supposed to last around that time, probably end around 4th of July. But I'm saying if it's really bad things that he was doing,
that's all marketing for the baby oil.
But no, I guess what I'm saying is he could be losing more people and losing more credibility. Is what I'm saying,
and
because it could have got really bad.
If he beats the case, comes out with his own baby oil, everybody will forget about this time, man. I'm telling you.
I think that that's crazy.
Well, I'll say this.
And we talked about judging earlier this morning on our show.
Yeah.
I'm 100% judging somebody who will buy that.
Well, I'll say this because you know what? Some people they thrive off of saying that they a freak.
It depends on the kind of freak show.
Hold on.
Make sure it's consensual.
Hold on. It's something. I agree with that. But what I'm saying is, it's some people that, and it's a whole culture out here, freak culture, freaky deaky.
Sexual
you know, like, so it's maybe not promoted in the public the way.
That's what I'm talking about.
But when after 12 a.m. and a couple bottles of Ciroc, you know, what I'm saying is it's a whole culture out here that goes into different styles of, you know,
sexual activities,
you know. So and this has been talked about. It's on the underground. It's what's happening. And I'll tell you this: a lot of people, when they get tired of the regular ideas, they go down those tunnels. And Diddy, as a superstar, being in the game, having millions of dollars, I don't think that just regular contact with a woman satisfied him at some point.
Right. I think he liked the control idea.
Voyeurism or something like that.
Yeah, he really liked the control aspect because for the male prostitute to try to have sex with Cassie, and then Cassie be like, nah, I just want you to pee in my mouth, and then Diddy come out of nowhere and be like, bro, you not doing it right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it tells me you've had a lot of experience.
Do y'all truly feel like Cassie wanted that to happen to her?
All I'm saying is to be, hold on, and I'll say this. When you trying to be a part of a certain lifestyle, I've seen people compromise what they were taught to be a part of something. And it happens all the time. It happens on a high level. It happens on a low street gang type level. Your mama may have never taught you that. Your daddy may have never taught you that. But then you go and get in this group and you doing what they tell you to do. So it happens on all levels.
Just for the initiation.
Right. So what I'm saying is, do I feel that Cassie probably wanted to do it, but she stayed around for 11 years? And to me, you at some point, you know, you can leave because they broke up.
That's very true.
So why did, you know, all I'm saying is when you get on a certain level of life, in order to be a part of that level, once you find out what it is, you got an option to leave. And some people like that lifestyle. They want to get on the red carpet. They want to wear Versace. They want to be in this glamorous lifestyle.
Right.
But what comes with it? That's all I'm saying.
I feel like what she's telling the people, even while she's on trial, is we got to understand she was really young when all this was going down, like 17, 18, 19 years old.
She was a teenager.
Extremely vulnerable to whatever it is anybody was going to tell her of what she wanted to do. But from me personally, seeing that tape of him beating her like that, I could imagine her being afraid to even leave a situation like that, because if he's over here blowing up Kid Cudi car just because he thinking that they got something going on and he threatening Michael B. Jordan, what do you think she probably thought could happen to her life
But
if she were to try
they should have charged him with domestic abuse then.
And I can agree with that
They should have charged Diddy with being domestic abusive, and there's laws against that too.
Right.
But when they trying to prove a freak-off idea, they got the video of him at the hotel. I'm wondering, do they have freak-off video?
They do.
I'm not going to lie.
Are they going to bring that into the trial?
They said the jury is going to have to watch the freak-off videos during the trial.
With Cassie.
More than likely. She was probably in most of them. She was with them for like 10.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, you know.
So if they have evidence of this and they see the nature of it, and she's a willing participant, right? I mean, what do you do? Or she in the video like, I don't know, let's not, no means no.
Time, right.
Yeah, like I wonder what
you know what I mean?
It means for her to be a willing participant.
Because if I'm married,
right now she just came out on the stands and said that she was afraid to tell him no, which is why she decided to do a lot of the things that she did.
Or was it no to the lifestyle?
What do you mean?
Is she afraid to say no to him, or if she said no to him, she wouldn't have the lifestyle,
the access that she might have wanted.
You know what I mean? He got yachts. You got access. Even though this is happening, she could have still walked away. But she's on yachts. She's in glamorous ideas. She's beautiful. She's being praised for her beauty. But then she have to deal with this thing that he's doing over here on the underside. And many times I'm wondering if she didn't want to say no to him or no to that lifestyle.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting question, but hopefully we find that out, I guess. But as of right now, it seems like she was saying no to necessarily, like she was afraid to say no to him because she said he would get very angry, and she didn't want to see him angry because he would then do things that he probably shouldn't have done. This is all alleged. This is what she's just saying.
But she could. I deal with domestic all the time, and a lot of women take a lot of domestic abuse. They do, and then when they hit that breaking point, then they try to leave
because people with no money stay in abusive relationships.
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't even know if it's like a lifestyle thing or just a really afraid for her life type of situation. I can't.
And he's
speak
definitely
to that for
guilty
her.
of abuse.
Yeah, I would say. 100%. I saw it.
It could be that Munchausen syndrome.
She said that was one of the freak-offs that she was leaving, I guess.
Oh, when she was leaving out the hotel?
Yeah. And he was like beating her like that.
I guess we're going to have to see.
That's what she said. She said it was a freak-off going down.
Look, when we come back, we'll have more Pop Culture Report. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's Dr. Ken Harris, and you can watch me now live on YouTube every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m., and you can watch the best radio show in Wisconsin by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Watch me explore the issues which are shaping our community while also having fun discussions, pop culture, current events, all kind of stuff going on right here on YouTube right now by subscribing to 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube.
What are some of the things that we need to really focus on to get our fair share of these opportunities, i.e. access to capital?
It's very important to always think about building a strong business plan, understanding the financial parameters around what you're trying to accomplish, building great networks and great relationships so you can have partnerships in building out your dream, and then finding a good financial partner like Old National to help really orchestrate your vision of the organization. And then, as you know, DT, you wouldn't be where you're at because you're phenomenal, doing great work. And then you have to really have to go to work. If you have that dream, you have that vision, the business plan, the financial piece, then you have to really work at it and keep building.
Learn more about the Old National Bank Small Business Empowerment Loan by visiting oldnational.com/small business or contact a small business banker at Old National Bank.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion, or your first big lightning strike, There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Dreaming of owning your first home? Milwaukee Habitat for Humanity can help make it happen. With little to no down payment and average monthly mortgage payments of $950, you can build a brand new home you love without breaking the bank. And you won't do it alone. Habitat provides the coaching, education, and support to guide you every step of the way. Stop renting and invest in a new home you can truly call your own. Visit MilwaukeeHabitat.org to learn more.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, it's time to start jamming with juice. This is the Pop Culture Report with Carrie Noni and Ben Jammin on the Tory Lowe Show. Tap in to see what's trending today on Pop Culture Report.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show Pop Culture Report brought to you by Ben Jammin.
Rap Snacks is amazing.
And Carrie Noni Juice.
Yeah, y'all was keeping it juicy, y'all.
Hey, look, we got Rap Snacks. We just got some Rap Snacks live on the air. I mean, the Rap Snacks cheddar and sour cream potato chips with Lil Baby on it.
Yeah, Rap Snacks is actually pretty good.
Wham!
You can see these in all like at corner stores and stuff like that. And I don't know, be honest with y'all, I always passed them up. I was like, whatever, I ain't finna eat these, man. But then Anthony, our good salesperson, our sales marketing consultant, came up to me last week and was like, man, you need to try these snacks, bro. I was like, okay, let me go ahead and check them out. Gave me a Rap Snack bag with a Lil Baby face on there, right? Some kind of barbecue flavor. I ended up tasting the bag. And I said, what? What? This is what I've been missing out on? I can't believe I've been wasting my life away, eating all them other barbecue chips and not tasting Rap Snacks barbecue chips.
These are good. I like the cheddar and sour cream. I'm gonna have to get those from you. These are really good.
I gotta get those from you.
These are powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
it's cheddar. Oh, I can have some.
You can have some, yeah.
Yeah, man. Because cheddar and sour cream is actually like that's that go-to snack in the hood.
Yeah, that's my go-to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like a good jalapeno chip, personally.
Yeah, bro, chill out. Oh my, bro, these right here, the cheddar and sour cream, bro. These actually the best sour cream chips I ever had, bro.
I'm trying to tell you.
Like, forget Lay's.
Give me my bag back.
He gonna eat it up. You know how Ben
I know how you got your chips.
That's the Benny Banjo, the food bandit.
You funny, bro.
That's what that is.
Those right there, those cheddar sour creams, bro, I like those a lot because they actually got a little sweetness to them as well.
They do. They got a little
Hold on. They got a little inspirational on there. It says, no matter what you are going through in life, remember family is everything. Stay solid, stay woke, and take advantage of every opportunity that is provided to you because, like they say in life, nothing lasts forever, Lil Baby. This is what's on the Rap Snacks.
Beautiful.
Hey, and I'm not gonna lie, unlike other food items that you do eat, I can actually pronounce all the ingredients on the back of here, and it doesn't sound that bad. Like, you got potatoes, vegetable oil, it has paprika, spice extractives, natural hickory smoke flavor and salt, turmeric extract. I'm not certain how healthy they are, but I put these up against another competitor of theirs.
All right. Well, thank y'all for that pop culture report.
It's amazing.
I'm going to finish my Rap Snacks during the break.
Rap Snacks, yeah, that's me.
All right, Carrie Noni Juice. All right, Benjamin. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. We're going to open up the lines. Second day of the Diddy trial. I want to hear from Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
This may be another Elon Musk bureaucratic shuffle, or this may be whatever it is. These, Dr. Ken, are real consequences.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
I believe that there's going to be a step back and a rollback to some of those places that we're talking about making cuts because of the drastic outcome that can occur.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
Hey, Truth fam. This is your girl, Melanie Ricks, and I want to remind you to tune into Nothing But the Truth digital show with me, Melanie Ricks, presented by Visit Milwaukee. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m., a new episode drops on the 1017 The Truth YouTube page. And since it is on YouTube, I hold nothing back. I give you all my hot takes on celebrity gossip and give you the tea on relationships that you don't want to miss. Subscribe to 1017 The Truth on YouTube so you never miss Nothing But the Truth digital show, dropping every Wednesday at 6 p.m., presented by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
There are many times I thought, I can't do this. I mean, what parent isn't worried about? What am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough? And then I realized, wait, that's being a parent.
Don't worry about being perfect. I've had around 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's given me hope. He's our son, and that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Listen to the home of the 5K Gruber Cash Giveaway. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. There's an update for the Milwaukee real estate agent accused of running a sex ring out of his home. 39-year-old Austin Cronster faces 6 new felony charges, including human trafficking, second-degree sexual assault, strangulation, and domestic abuse. Cronster could face up to 25 years in jail for this new set of charges alone. His bond is set for $10,000. Cronster is due back in court on June 20th. Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of Milwaukee is suing its former finance director and auditing firm over fraud. The social services agency alleges Brandy Ellis of Milwaukee misappropriated millions of dollars. The lawsuit says she paid false invoices and used corporate credit cards for personal purchases and accuses auditing firm Baker Tilly of failing to recognize the fraud. This comes after Catholic Charities identified 4 employees believed to be involved in a years-long scheme to steal over $1.5 million in December, committing $500,000 to support Milwaukee Public Schools superintendent. Multiple philanthropic organizations, including the Greater Milwaukee Committee, are earmarking funds to directly support initiatives by Superintendent Dr. Brenda Casilius. Dr. Casilius says what the money will be used for.
Mostly around communication, trust building, work, professional development for our staff and our team.
The Greater Milwaukee Foundation will be the financial steward and manager of the fund. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah, Milwaukee, stand up, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope, yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready, we ready.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. Did he do it? We've been talking about the Diddy trial, second day of the Diddy trial. I want Truth Nation to weigh in. We hearing details coming in. Was it consensual or was it human trafficking? Was it something that was not consensual? I want to know. And I know a lot of y'all pride yourselves on being freaks out here. But when y'all hear the details, how do y'all feel about what's going on with the Diddy? And I guess he said in his defense that this is his personal life. They trying to get him for what he decided to do in the bedroom. 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. or get in the chat and holler back. We gonna head to the lines. Woody Woo. Woody Woo. You on the new 101.7 True. How you doing, Woody Woo?
What's good, man?
Hey, what's good, bro?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, for one, I want to say that, like, if you look on Pornhub and the X videos, everything that he talking about got done to her, they doing that. That's what they do nowadays. That's extra freaky. You know what I mean? Right. At the same time, we got to look as a black community as how they keep using the downfall of another black person to distract us from what's going on with Trump and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Another thing is, being black, we created these monsters because we made them rich by buying their products and all that. And sometimes I think as moving on forward, we should watch who we look up to now.
Who do we put in front as leaders?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you like this: if you get in front of your idol and he tell you to open your mouth, would you let him pee in your mouth?
Wow.
You gotta ask yourself that question.
Oh wow!
You gotta listen, because how many women won't? Women got their husbands paying $1,000 with Chris Brown. That ain't disrespectful.
$1,000
right there, Zach. Can I hear? Oh wow! Think about it. The morals are bad now. The morals are bad. So people, they put people in power that's already been victimized so they can use the power to victimize more people. You think ain't nobody did him like that? They were saying, the people were saying that they never seen him have sex with his own woman. Like, I heard of threesomes and then, like, everybody have fun, but I ain't never heard no man just let, like, 30 dudes just have sex with his woman, and he loved her. So you can't tell me that he was using his power, like I said.
I think it's called voyeurism. Voyeurism or something.
I don't know. It's so many names.
Right.
Most sex and freaky sex, because there's too many names for things. Everything that they do now, they make a name. But what I say is, I do believe he did abuse his power. But as far as the sex stuff go, people knew, and we heard rumors. She knew what type of dude he was, because back when I was a kid, we heard rumors about him. Another thing is this: R. Kelly had a whole tape out, man, and he had sex with a little kid. They will use you up as black people. As black people, they use us up. They use us like to get stuff sold, and then when they can't use us no more, they take our money back. That's just like me working at Walgreens. I'm buying stickers and candy bars all day. It's double pay, because they get my service and they getting my money. And as you see, every time a black person get to a certain height, they knock them down when they don't need them no more. So you gotta be, when you want to be in this profession that we in, you better have a clean closet, because all your skeletons, they'll hide your skeletons for a long time for you to think that the skeleton's not hiding. You keep building instead of changing. He should have been changed his ways after Biggie died.
All right. Hey, I ain't gonna argue with that, because I'll say this: I heard whispers, but this is what I don't understand. Hugh Hefner got like a whole Vice documentary out on Vice about what he used to do to the women. And Hugh Hefner prided himself on being an older man and having younger women. And then now you can look up the documentary. I watched the Hugh Hefner documentary. He died in peace. Without no accusations or no charges. Now all these women coming out saying how they was abused. Even had to deal with animals. When Hugh Hefner was around. And you see the black man paraded around and become the face of this. But where is all these executives that empowered Diddy, that Lil Rod, the producer, put in his lawsuit, the higher-ups that was participating in the parties? Sherman, you on the new 101.7 The Truth. How you doing, Sherman?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Blessings, brother.
I know a lot of people got something to say about Diddy. I got questions, hypothetical questions. The majority of the people that went to them houses know this: you don't go to a whole house to hear a Bible study. It's just not. It's just so everybody knew that. The other thing is about, as far as us as black folks, we're so quick to jump on each other. If Diddy did it, let Diddy face his own charges. There is absolutely no reason for us to talk about it because everybody has habits, everybody has fetishes, everybody has wants and needs, and all the rest of that stuff. That's what human nature does.
And that's what his defense is saying.
So quick to jump on. I'm not saying if Diddy is innocent, guilty. I'm not saying that.
Mm-hmm.
What I am saying is this: us as black folks, especially us here in Milwaukee, we have too many other things to be worried about.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to ask the question: how does a grown man or a grown woman walk outside their door and throw trash out in front of their house? But we got something to say about Diddy, but we ain't got something to say about that.
I'm wondering that too, because I had that conversation and it was Crickets on the line. I'm wondering why they didn't call in for that. But like I said, Diddy is on trial, and it's the second day.
Yeah. And there's too many people out here shooting for Wendy Williams on spot. Too many grown men are gossiping about what grown people do inside the bed. And this is a question for you, Mr. Lowe.
Go right ahead.
As far as the neighborhood cleanup, when can we have a conversation about people? Because if I saw the trash and you saw the trash, why do the people that live around the trash don't say anything about it?
No, we already talked about that.
Why do you have to make a special day to do it?
We spent the whole month to talk about it. Like, we talked about it before we even did the cleanup.
And not too many people call.
Well, I'll tell you this. You know what I found out? Hold on. You know what I found out, Sherman? When it's outside of them, they'll call in. When it's politics, celebrity. But when I have conversations all the time about just how we can operate, it's slow process.
Yeah. Because you got too many grown people out here that, or you don't say grown people, you got too many males out here, not grown people, that's out here worried about the wrong. And so if we're going to move forward in the community, we need to come together and say, check this out. Why did you feel comfortable that there's a trash can right there, but you decided to throw it on the ground?
Well, you know what? When I used to knock, it's more than a conversation. It's an action, because I go and try to educate people all the time on how to deal with it themselves and go take action for themselves. And it's beyond the conversation, because we got plenty conversations. We got histories and meetings to meet and all of everything. I think that now you got to take people outside and show them and act like they don't even know, because if you knew, why is it there?
Why is it there?
So what I do personally is I go train whole blocks when I see trash, and maybe I'll get the kids out and I'll tell them, okay, this is what you're supposed to do if you see that. You don't have to wait for nobody to come do that. You can go out here with a garbage bag and do that.
Back in the days, I'm 52 years old. Back in the days when you went in a girl's room, her room was always pretty. If a person said he was a pimp or he was a player, remember, pimps live good, they drive good, and they dress good. You don't see nowadays anybody can say they're a player. You run right outside their house, it's a bag of trash right there in front of their door. They'll step over instead of picking it up and put it in the garbage.
Well,
I know too many men out here. Go ahead.
Well, I'll say this, Sherman. I've talked about almost every issue pertaining to the black community, and when it's personal, I don't get the response. When we talk about what we can do, there's little response. And I'm going to leave it like that.
I understand that. Okay, here's one more comment. How can a person go to prison, clean up them people stuff, but won't get out here and clean up in front of their mama's own house? I'm going to leave it at that.
How can a person do what now? Say it one more time.
How can a person go to prison and clean up those people's stuff, but get out here and won't clean up in front of their mama's own house?
Well, what I'll say is this. Sometimes some people they work better in a system that makes them do it, and that's sad.
Yep.
They get up in the morning and they clean up and do everything in the system, but when they get outside that system, that ain't the behavior. And the sad part about it is, I talk about everything. It's nothing that's moving in my community that I don't discuss. And it ain't nothing in my community that I don't participate in. My influence don't drop in no area of my neighborhood. Whether it's tragedy, whether it's politics, whether it's entertainment, because that's all ours. Whether it's the youth, that's all our community. Community is a whole well-rounded idea. And many times people pick and choose what they deal with and what they won't deal with, what they gon' do and what they won't do. And many times it's from an individual standpoint when they do participate. It's not from a group idea. They're operating from an individual idea, hoping to benefit from the group. Understand what I'm saying? They say they in there with the group, but they're in there as an individual trying to profit off the group. And I see it all the time. And I talk about it all the time. Hey, look, it is what it is. And some people, no matter what you say, because people talk all the time, they not going to be about that action. That's why I love Truth Nation. That's why I love the people that I deal with, because we going to go do something. And you know how I know most people don't do nothing? Because when I'm out there, I don't see them. Lowe says prisons are pointless and ashamed that prisons are cleaner than black neighborhoods. Sincere says that's why unfortunately we need strong leaders, because we have way too many followers. That's all I'm saying. Like, I go out there and I teach people. Even when I help them with a situation, I teach them so they can go help somebody else. So they don't have to come back. So they don't have to double back to me. But until we get leadership, overall leadership that's active and about that action, we're going to always circle back to the problems and wonder why we can't figure it out, because the people that you're putting in the front don't even know what to do. I'm here to help. I'm not the leader. I'm not. Because if everybody was doing what I was doing, this would be a better community. And I know that's not the case. And I know that who are the leaders and who y'all jump behind, it is what it is. You can only go as far as the person in the front. When we come back, did he do it? White Widow, we're going to talk to White Widow. We got some chat. We got some talk to text. We're going to try to get to it all when we get back. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices, and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call, That's All Gruber Cash giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call, That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices, One Call, That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
Experience some of the most cherished popular music of all time when the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra presents Let's Groove Tonight, Motown and the Philly Sound, May 23rd through the 25th at the Bradley Symphony Center. Byron Stripling will lead the MSO and an exciting trio of vocalists that include Broadway superstar Chester Gregory, Ashley J., and Brick Liam in a musical sojourn of hits made famous by legendary talents such as Lou Rawls, Marvin Gaye, Diana Ross, and The Temptations. Songs like My Girl, I Heard It Through the Grapevine, and I'm Coming Out will come alive in fun and stylish arrangements that are sure to have you dancing and humming along in your seat. Let's Groove Tonight, Motown and the Philly Sound runs May 23rd through the 25th only. So lock up your tickets right now by calling the box office at 414-291-7605 or visit mso.org.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Adrian was seriously injured when a careless driver merged into her lane.
Gruber was there for everything that I needed. Any questions that I had, Gruber
was there. They made me feel like everything about my situation and my accident was very important to them, and that made me feel good. And I would definitely call Gruber again for that.
Serving Wisconsin for over 35 years, Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They go above and beyond for their clients.
Keep your business safe, secure, and spotless with the Omega Security Guard and Cleaning Team. Proudly located in Milwaukee and female-owned, Omega delivers professional security and tailored cleaning services to meet your needs. Whether it's event security or a custom cleaning plan, their dedicated team goes above and beyond to exceed your expectations. Because at Omega, they're not just your service provider, they're your partner in peace of mind. Contact Omega Security Guard today or online at OmegaSecurityGuard.com. Omega Security Guard and Cleaning, protecting what matters most.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, yo, you ready? Let's do it. Yeah.
I'm the definition of half man, half
101.
clubs, bad boy, that's what's up.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Second day of Diddy trial. Hey, look, I'm definitely tapped in. This is the culture that they putting out here. And I'll tell you this, after I get off the phone with White Widow, I want to talk about something because since I've been on the air for 5 years, we have had Bill Cosby come up like with a situation, R. Kelly, Diddy, Shannon. We know all of these people. But Shannon Sharp recently got a case where he's been accused of sexual assault. But Skip Bayless was the first one before Shannon Sharp to get accused of sexual assault. But we don't stick around the other ideas that are in the same situation. And when people say we bring up black people all the time, you know what? I think it's a lesson. I think it's a lesson. I think that we need to understand the whole parameters of that. You may not can do certain things your counterpart can do, or you may not be able to get away. You may not be able to get away like OJ. You know what I mean? You may not. You know, OJ got away. But all I'm saying is you may not can do that. Sometimes y'all see, okay, why I can't do that? Because the system probably wasn't made for you to get away with it. Think about that. White Widow, you on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
Afternoon, Tory. I've been missing you. I've been busy. I was at the health department, school board, and DAs. There's a lot of undercurrent going on, but, until we get a culmination, that's why I'm not, you know me, I always follow up with you. But nevertheless, let's talk about Mr. Diddy. Let's talk about that. There was 2 sex trafficking charges. One was Kesha, and then just recently they came up with another so-called victim. Sex trafficking, the media has made him out like he's some cartel king with a pickup truck.
That's what I'm saying, like where are the cohorts?
Right. For a 12-year-old South American girl stolen from their villages. That's it. And it's bull. Because they only had 2 sex trafficking. One was a disgruntled ex-girlfriend. The other one just came up recently. It needs to be noted that they came to Diddy with a plea deal. Government's not going to do that if they have such a righteous and solid case. 100 and some civil cases. The guy who's filing these, the lawyer, his credentials are in question, whether he even can practice law in New York. What's a civil case? a civil case is a case where you couldn't prove criminality.
Right.
So, yeah, if these were assaults and these were violent assaults, then why is it that they weren't able to be proven in a criminal court? The civil court is bogus, although I did use it, and I got my settlement from that landlord for wrongful eviction April 30th. Truth Nation, $4,800.
That's powerful.
It took me 10 months, and what I saw of what's happening to people in the eviction courts, something's got to happen. It doesn't take.
I didn't have to fool people win their eviction lawsuits, and
right,
I helped work to get them landlords into it with the state because they was doing so much grimy stuff to people.
That's just it. And the thing, I'll talk about that. But let's get back to Diddy. The fact of the matter with Diddy, go Diddy, go. Number 15. You know what they say? Well, we got to his party. You were forced to drink something and we didn't know what it was. Please. From Jump Street, probably when I was 6 years old, if someone came up to me, no, you did it because you wanted to ingratiate yourself, you wanted to become famous, and you wanted to latch on some money, whatever. All those things in life, those vices that are not of good characters. Okay, it's not real good characteristics. So I don't want to hear about anybody who said they drank a substance when they went into P. Diddy above 18. So go P. Diddy, go. I think it's bull. They did it with Bill Cosby 40 years later. Some frauds come down the woodwork. Yeah, everybody knew if you went over there, you got Quaaludes. Then why did you go? No, it's just another travesty, and where they can't wait to get another blackmail. And with the media, let's get them over the coals. Yeah, I'm done. It's go Diddy, go.
So we got one free Diddy from White Widow. Free Diddy. Brother Love, you're on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
Hey, T-Lo, man, hype me up, man. Hey, free Diddy, man. Can you hear me?
You saying free Diddy? Well, your name, Brother Love. So Diddy said his name was Love.
Well, Tory, I ain't perfect, man. I ain't perfect, and I like to say, Tory, that's one of the examples. I don't know if you believe in having the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Having the Holy Spirit, or catching the Holy Ghost, mm-hmm. having the Holy Spirit. With my experience with that, God tried to correct me in my wrongness in it. And Tory, between me and you, I was just sitting down, and an energy out of this world hit me. And it was so powerful, and it lifted me up off the ground. It happened like 2 times. And that was God trying to correct me from keep doing wrong with the Holy Ghost. So, yeah, Tory, man, I believe, man, Cassie, man, Tory, my thing is that, I heard the defense opening statements and remarks. My thing is, he helped her. He helped her career. And if someone helped you like that, why you think, Tory, women won't come and enhance your movement and what you're doing? Because they're harboring evil feelings and thoughts, and that's not the way of the Holy Spirit.
Oh, wow. Hey, I'll say this, when we talk about just Diddy in general, and you see this trail of all of the people that in our community, when they go up and the system finally come for them, and then they make these people the face. But yet there's other situations going on where you hear crickets about. I want to ask y'all a question. Do y'all know who Mike Jeffries is? Do that sound familiar? Mike Jeffrey. Mike Jeffrey is the former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch and is charged with sexual trafficking related to young men, young models. Where is all of the publicity and people talking about this Mike Jeffrey? Some of y'all didn't even know Mike Jeffrey even existed. But he's in a situation right now where he's going to court. You don't see this blasted all over the place. Mike Jeffries, get something up on Mike Jeffries. He recently was in court a few weeks back or so for human trafficking. Why isn't he not plastered? He did the same thing. He got models saying that, and male models at that, saying that they were human trafficked. Running a sex trafficking ring. Coercing young men into sexual acts. This is Mike Jeffries. This is going on right now. We got anything on Mike Jeffries, DJ Brother Z, the Abercrombie and Fitch? We got to dig for it. We can't. It ain't even in the mainstream media. I think he was trying to get to where he said that he has some mental health issues where he can't stand trial or something. I think that was the last thing that I heard about it. But Shannon Sharp get accused of sexual assault. We talk about it, but Skip Bailiff, I talk about Skip all the time. But it's kind of under the water. It's kind of, it went underneath. But Shannon Sharp, that's going on all day. Why is that? I mean, if they wrong, go to jail. I deal with human and sex trafficking right here in the city and in the state of Wisconsin, and I want them folks up under the jail. But what I'm saying is when it comes to the mainstream media, all they do is put Diddy out there. Diddy all on the blogs everywhere, and the guy from Abercrombie and Fitch, hey, you hardly ever hear about him. And do we got anything on the guy from Abercrombie and Fitch?
Abercrombie and Fitch was arraigned in a Long Island courtroom after he was arrested in Florida earlier this week.
Jennifer Bisram was in the courtroom and joins us live from Central Islip with what happened inside. Jennifer.
Hi, Dick and Alice. Michael Jeffries pled not guilty today to sex trafficking charges inside federal court here on Long Island. Inside of that courtroom were his wife and son, also 3 alleged victims. And at times we saw Jeffries turn around and actually look at those victims. But for the most part, during those court proceedings today, he seemed unbothered. Former Abercrombie & Fitch CEO Mike Jeffries arraigned in federal court on Long Island Friday on 1 count of sex trafficking and 15 counts of interstate prostitution. Jeffries, his longtime partner Matthew Smith, and a third man, James Jacobson, were arrested Tuesday for running an international sex trafficking and prostitution scheme while running Abercrombie & Fitch. Jeffries was released from federal custody in South Florida later that day on $10 million bond. Prosecutors say the men routinely trafficked aspiring male models between 2008 and 2015 while Jeffries was running the popular clothing retailer. They claim the 3 sold the aspiring models the dream of success and allegedly transported them to hotels out of the country as well as to Jeffries' home in the Hamptons for sex parties. Friday afternoon, the federal judge granted Jeffries a $10 million bail package, which he had to put his Long Island home up for collateral for. He left the courthouse with his son and wife. We talked with one of his former employees who was in the courtroom.
It's been a long time, and I think it should have come out sooner.
And James Jacobson, who prosecutors say helped recruit the young man, was also faced a judge and was arraigned today. He also pled not guilty on those same charges. Now, if convicted, they face 15 years to life behind bars. Jeffries did not say anything leaving the courthouse today. And again, his attorneys did not comment. Their next court date is...
Okay. How many people talking about that? And a lot of y'all was trying to get some Abercrombie and Fitch clothing. I mean, these are things where I say the media will steer your mind in a certain direction. Away from, even when you look at the videos of him going to court, you don't see the media out there. You don't see this guy from Abercrombie and Fitch being bombarded with the media. He walking around, ain't nobody around. And all these models, male models, that he done horrendous things to, dangled their dreams in front of him. You don't see nobody out there at the court with that. Matter of fact, the reporter just standing outside. The streets is empty. Okay, so look at the narratives. That's all I'm trying to say. Look at and it's going on at the same time, Diddy. So what is that? What did that mean? America gonna shape. They're gonna take things that they want to put up in front. I say it's birth of a nation. I think that they use the birth of a nation idea, where one of the first movies, Birth of a Nation, they demonize black people in the media. Or they try to make a negative tinge on black, and they've been doing that in the cartoons. They've been doing that throughout history. This is something that's why I say we got to talk about it. A lot of y'all don't talk about it. No, we talking about it. Because we seeing it, and we got to understand how this breaks down when it come to us, because I'll tell you this, they'll take somebody like Diddy, who everybody was talking about, but Hugh Hefner get to skate. Mike Jeffrey get to skate. Epstein, even with Epstein, we have none of the list, nothing about Epstein. They even said, even the Trump administration said they was going to put out the Epstein stuff, and we ain't seen it yet. Biden didn't do it. Trump didn't do it. Nobody is trying to put these faces out there and connections with the victims. But when it's Diddy, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, you get to see everything, and it's a laid out trial. They lay it out. Even they get documentaries. What are documentaries on Mike Jeffries? Understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying any of these men are innocent. I'm saying that one is being treated different. What you remember when you used to watch Sesame Street? One of these is doing their own thing. You can see that the media is blocking a certain energy, and we can't see it. A lot of y'all don't even know about the white people, the other people that's actually going through trial, that have done probably even more horrific, unconsensual ideas. They wasn't popular. They was behind the scenes. Mike Jeffries ain't the one that's out there in the front. He in the background doing this. Hey, I'm going to talk about it. I ain't afraid to talk about it, because I see it all. Yeah, it's the second day of Diddy trial, but where Mike Jeffrey trial at? Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations they like in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
What's poppin', Truth Nation? It's your girl Noni Juice, and it's Steinhaffel's Memorial Day mattress sale. Save up to $900 on select adjustable base sets, plus get up to $300 in Steinhaffel's cash. And take advantage of Steinhaffel's special 60-month financing. You can get a Queen Tempur-Pedic mattress for only $48 per month, a Beauty Rest Black mattress for only $36 per month, and an Avocado mattress for only $26 per month. Steinhaffel's is Wisconsin's mattress leader. Shop in-store or online at Steinhaffels.com.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. There's no better time to upgrade your windows and doors than right now, because you can get up to 6 years of 0% financing at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Yes, no interest for up to 72 months, and the full Pella experience is always included. That means the Pella team is with you from start to finish. They don't disappear after the work is done. Set up your free in-home consultation. You commit to nothing at this point. A Pella design expert will listen to your vision and then present the different colors, sizes, and customizations needed to make that vision a reality. It can feel overwhelming to consider what feels like limitless possibilities, but Pella's design team can help narrow those options down for you to create that dream upgrade. Hurry! Get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Certain restrictions apply, and the deal ends May 31st, 2025. So visit PellaWI.com today.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With limited incomes not keeping up with the lingering effects of inflation, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Sponsored by the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. Milwaukee Brewers dropped Game 1 of their 3-game series out in Cleveland to the Guardians. This one by a final score of 5-0. The loss dropping the Brewers 2 games under 500 at 20-22. Game 2 set for this evening. Over to the NBA, where the Dallas Mavericks have won the NBA lottery. They'll have the number 1 pick in the upcoming June 2025 NBA draft. And around the NBA, the Celtics fall into the Knicks 121-113. New York taking a 3-1 lead in that series. And the Timberwolves also taking a 3-1 lead in their series over the Warriors with a 117-110 win. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, at 1017thetruth.com.
It's a gamble like blackjack, rolling the dice. Hundreds in my bag, just cover my vice. Throwing shade, trying to block the daylight. Money don't make you real, that's on my life. Money don't make you real, that's on my life. Had to pop a pill, hop on the mic. Lot of that deal with, but we be alright. I'm lying in the field, I ain't no mice.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show, DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. We got breaking news about the situation that happened right here over Mother's Day weekend. 5 people died in a fire at a Highland Court Apartments in Milwaukee. This took place on Mother's Day, and I think that they're setting up a press conference right now to talk about some of the things that took place with this house fire. They're saying that a lot of people had to be saved. They're saying that 30 people were rescued by ladders or drug out by firefighters. A total of 22 fire engines and 8 ladder trucks responded to the fire. And I guess they're having a press conference. We're going to try to tap in right now to hear some of the details. Let's listen.
Of the first 911 call, and I think I listed the times off. I won't go through it all again here today, but the escalation of this to a 5th alarm was, it's a fairly rare occurrence. You know, we like to layer it in and have some order to it, but we needed all hands on deck. We needed all hands on ladders, all hands crawling in the hallways. Further on down in this continuum, we have what amounts to a mass casualty incident spread around a building, in a building, being transported to hospitals, on top of a firefight that needs to be sustained in a fire situation where the fire is rapidly extending laterally in the building, vertically across floors, running in the stairwells. One of the means of egress is involved. This is horrible, and so. Our hearts go out to the lost and the injured. Part of that continuum then is we have a medical control doc for our entire EMS system in the county. That's Doc Weston from Milwaukee County OEM EMS, who came to the scene, as did some of his folks from his area, and started arranging the back end. Do they have enough beds? Do they have enough personnel of the right type to deal with these sorts of injuries or burns? Obviously, we would really love to know exactly what started this fire. It's been a question we've fielded numerous times in the past day and a half. So let me just say this, that the potential for an intentional act cannot be ruled out at this point. What that means is this: we have an assembly of the very best and brightest at cause and origin and investigation that are here doing things exactly the right way, so that if it would tip that way, we haven't misstepped. Nobody has misstepped. So that's why you see these folks gathered here today. I'm going to just say a few quick names so that you're aware of who you're looking at. So thankful to have the Executive Director of the Milwaukee Fire and Police Commission, Lee Todd, here. Extremely thankful to have Captain David Anderson from the Milwaukee Police Department. Our Department of Neighborhood Services Commissioner, Heza Miller-Vega. From the National Fire Sprinkler Association, Steve Howard. The Acting Assistant Special Agent in charge from ATF, Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, Ryan Arnold. And from the State Department of Criminal Investigation, we have Administrator Jacob Jansky. So these folks are all here. They're working their tails off. I want to acknowledge the frustration with us not being able to just throw a bunch of information up for consumption, but we are necessarily isolating the information so that we don't send an investigation down the wrong road or derail something if something comes to light later on. I've been in constant contact with Mayor Cavalier Johnson on this. He's been monitoring this since day one. He came to the scene on Mother's Day, and he's extremely concerned about the condition of the survivors and how the families are coping with the losses. I think I made no bones about it that this building was built in 1968. It has no sprinklers and no standpipes. There's one tiny little corner of the first floor that's a parking structure that has a runoff sprinklers. It's completely separate and distinct from any livable or common area in this building. Separate and distinct. There was no sprinklers whatsoever in the area where humans spend most of their time in.
Oh, wow.
No standpipes for us to use, meaning we had to hand lay hose lines up to the fourth floor and down extremely long runs of hallway. Just this morning at MATC on 6th and State, we sent a high-rise firefighting assignment over for a report of a fire on the third floor. That's a huge complement of equipment to go to a fire. Would you know, a sprinkler extinguished that fire, so all we had to do was go in and mop it up. 2 engines, 2 ladder trucks, clean up, blow some smoke out, no lives lost. I cannot emphasize with enough force the necessity to have sprinklers if humans are going to occupy a building. I don't stand before you and profess to have all the answers for how that gets done, but I am telling you we don't have this loss of life, this severity of injuries, this amount of property damage if that building is sprinkled.
Hey,
that's my
saying that they needed
and it's just
this.
not
If they
gonna,
had a sprinkler system,
change.
it probably wouldn't be that severe. Once again, 5 people lost their life over Mother's Day weekend. This was at Highland Courts Apartments, 2725 West Highland Boulevard. It started at 7:45 a.m. on Mother's Day. They're saying that they had 22 fire engines and 8 ladder trucks responded to the fire, including units from Wauwatosa and West Allis. They're saying approximately 30 people were rescued by ladders, dragged out by firefighters. I think that when they started the press conference, DJ Brother Z said that over 100 firefighters were involved in this 5-alarm blaze. There was a 4-story, 85-unit building. It was built in 1968 and was not required to have sprinklers or standpipes. This is what the chief is saying, Lipsky. And once again, I talked about this yesterday on the show. My prayers go out to everybody being affected negatively. I haven't seen any way or any GoFundMe. I haven't seen that yet. And when I do, I will definitely share the information. I think right now the families are just trying to gather themselves after losing everything. But usually a couple days after that, they get back into the space where they try to bring resolve. Hopefully when that starts happening, we can actually assist right here on the Tory Lowe Show, Truth Nation, do what we can do. And once again, sad situation that happened over Mother's Day. And somebody actually even chimed in and discussed it in the chat yesterday that one of their co-workers was involved in the fire. And we just want to do what we can right now during these tough times. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more discussion. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices, Milwaukee Black Talk.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey there, did you hear? There are still spots open for Girl Scout Summer Camp 2025.
Whether you're into water activities, arts and crafts, sports and games, exploring nature, or even horseback riding, there's a camp just for you.
Choose from GSY's day camps, overnight camps, community day camps, or Camp Hero.
Bring a friend and get ready for a summer full of adventure, friendship, and leadership.
Register today and let's make this the best summer ever, Girl Scout style.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
For general contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Why you smell like that? Girl, why you acting funny? Tripping like it's clumsy. Typical redundant. In misery loves company. Now you pissed at me for nothing. Always talking about this she put up with. Well, you need to flush it. She said, why you wanna play your games on me? I say, I ain't a player if it ain't your thing. She say, what does that mean if there ain't no ring? Truth is hard to swallow, but it ain't with codeine. I got bad nerves, I got good.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. As we continue to listen to the press conference about the 5-alarm fire where 5 people lost their lives, a lot of people were displaced. There was also information that if you need a fire alarm in the house, what were the steps, DJ Brother Z, to call the fire department, the local fire department?
Just call 414-286-8948 and let them know what you need, and they'll come install it.
Right, and that's anybody.
Yep.
Hey, once again, we got to be safe. A lot of times when we talk about huge fires and people being displaced, every time we look up, we're seeing that people are losing everything they have. And this is where I say, if everybody do a little, nobody ain't got to do a lot. They say the mayor was out there on Mother's Day, but what is the action plan? I mean, he's the mayor. Hopefully he comes up with some type of action plan or gather the resources together. What I would have did if I was the mayor, I would have got everybody together, all the families together in one space, surrounded by the resources that were available to them through the city or through the community, and just kind of did it that way. At the end of the day, when I deal with it, I got to do other means that I have developed over the years. But if I was the mayor, I would have definitely said, okay, we were going to have a date to put together a time where the resources and the people can sit down and offer that kind of relief. Hopefully that can happen. Hopefully that something like that can take place. Once again, my condolences go out to every family that's been involved in things like fires, tragedy, and once again, this is our duty as citizens to be a resource, so when it happens to us, we'll have the resource. We got to be resourceful. And once again, if I can find out any information on where people can give to help, I'll definitely present that on the show. And many times after a tragedy like that, a lot of people are just trying to get in a mental headspace of losing everything, and it takes a while, but then as they get back into motion, we'll probably see a lot of that. We'll probably see people trying to get that together. Hey. Well, see, when I talk about fires and stuff like that, when we get back to the real ideas of what's going on around us, this is what, when the caller, Sherman, when he called in talking about us individually, when I talk about things that we have to do, this is when the lines are least active to me since my show started. When it's something that we can do, and we got to change that. We got to change that. We got to get super active so we can have that same resource available to us. And we got to be about that action. And sometimes we are overwhelmed as people on the front lines because people are calling you for everything. I have to kind of prioritize the list because I'm by request. So I get a lot of tragedy. But then I get some things that, people could actually go to Google and figure out. And so these are the people that kind of get upset because I haven't called them back. I'd be like, you could have asked Siri about that. You know what I mean? Like, these are things that you can just do a little bit of digging and figure out. You know what I mean? But they just want this. I guess they just want me to tell them. I don't know. But I get those people get extremely upset. But I got a lot of death and trauma that I got to deal with before I start making my way to things that if you just took a little elbow grease, you would have found the answer. Hey, look, when we come back, I got something I want to put an end to. I got something that we got to stop doing and put an end to. I want to talk about that when we get back at the top of the hour. We got to put an end to this narrative. I'm going to talk about it when we get back, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. There's an update for the Milwaukee real estate agent accused of running a sex ring out of his home. 39-year-old Austin Cronster faces 6 new felony charges, including human trafficking, second-degree sexual assault, strangulation, and domestic abuse. Cronster could face up to 25 years in jail for this new set of charges alone. His bond is set for $10,000. Cronster is due back in court on June 20th. Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of Milwaukee is suing its former finance director and auditing firm over fraud. The social services agency alleges Brandy Ellis of Milwaukee misappropriated millions of dollars. The lawsuit says she paid false invoices and used corporate credit cards for personal purchases, and accuses auditing firm Baker Tilly of failing to recognize the fraud. This comes after Catholic Charities identified 4 employees believed to be involved in a years-long scheme to steal over $1.5 million in December, committing $500,000 to support Milwaukee Public Schools superintendent. Multiple philanthropic organizations, including the Greater Milwaukee Committee, are earmarking funds to directly support initiatives by Superintendent Dr. Brenda Casilius. Dr. Casilius says what the money will be used for.
Mostly around communication, trust building, work, professional development for our staff and our team.
The Greater Milwaukee Foundation will be the financial steward and manager of the fund. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. Stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the 3rd hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And they're discussing the 5-alarm fire that cost the life of 5 people. A lot of people displaced. We got information for those that were displaced. The Red Cross is assisting 100 other residents displaced by the fire as the building is no longer inhabitable. The Red Cross said a shelter has been set up at Haller Park on 6th Street in Milwaukee for those impacted by the fire. If you have been affected by the fire, please call 1-800-RED Cross for help. Once again, there is a shelter, they're saying, that has been set up for those that have been negatively affected by the fire. It's at Haller Park, Holler Park on 6th Street in Milwaukee for those impacted by the fire. Somebody called in, told DJ Brother Z to share this information. Salute to whoever that was. And call 1-800-RED Cross. 1-800-RED Cross for help. We're going to head to the lines. Winky Blue, you on the new 101.7 The Truth. How you doing, Brother Wink?
Hey, I'm blessed, my man. You were asked a question, though. I called about something else, but you had something that you was finna let loose. What was that you was gonna let loose?
But I gotta let it loose. I ain't let it loose.
Oh, I might want to comment on that more than I want to comment about these other people.
All right.
Well, you full of surprises, man.
Well,
I don't want to blow my wad.
Oh, okay.
On something that we kind of knew already. You were talking about the phone lines are dead when it comes down to people actually reaching out and being able to do something. You know, because most of these people, man, are radio revolutionaries. They're not going to get out. This is why the Democrat Party is so, black folk is so stuck in there. Because, see, it don't really cost. This is our way, black people way, of being a part of a black movement by voting Democrat. So they won't go outside of that because that's the way that we feel that we are contributing to the black cause, okay, whether it's hurting us or not. We feel like we're contributing, and it don't cost nothing but a vote. And that's the problem that we're having. That's why we're not using the voting process particularly the way it should be used. But the mayor, they so scared, man, that somebody gonna ask them for something out of the spectrum of the fire. They don't want to give up anything. They think we got to help them. If we start helping them, we got to help everybody. This is the mindset that these people are in, man. They're not in the mindset of helping other people, especially black folk. We're not interested in helping each other, man. We're interested in tearing down each other and fighting each other. That's the reason why I want to call in, because your line is dead. Because don't nobody want to go in their pocket and do nothing, man. They talk good. They talk real good.
Yeah,
but when the rubber meets the road,
it sounds slick, but it ain't gonna get nothing done.
Slick. It ain't gonna get nothing done. Now, what was the question you was gonna put out there, though?
Hold on, wait. I can't. I gotta talk about it. It's not a question. It's a conversation.
Wow, man, I ain't gonna get a chance to call back.
Well, you know what?
Well,
hold on. We gonna give you a pass today. Once we get done, you can always come back and give you. We're gonna let you get back in if you want to respond to what I want to put an end to, a kaposh to.
Right, that's what I want. Okay, my man, I got you.
All right, Wink. Yeah. Well, I want to talk about something that when I hear it, I think that we as a community have taken this in, have made this a part of our understanding that it got something to do with us, blacks. And I got to put the kibosh on it because it don't. It really don't. And I had this conversation with somebody, and white people are delusional about it too. We delusional, and white people are delusional. This can help both parties. This is one thing that gonna help both sides. Because I think we got to come to a harsh reality on both sides about the truth. This is why I tell y'all that the mainstream media will brainwash you to think something that ain't even true. That ain't even true. whenever they feel like it. DEI. A lot of people use DEI to refer to black people. Like black people are the ones that are the DEI people. And white people will be like, oh, that's a DEI hire, or that's DEI. And I'm going to tell you this. Listen to me. And this is what brainwashing and manipulation can do. It can make you think that you're saying something that's right, that you're pointing the finger at somebody else, but it's really you who is being greatly harmed by something. You the ones that's being greatly harmed are not understanding the level of what it's doing actually to you, and that's DEI. And DEI is a program it's supposed to be aimed to support diverse groups. But guess who benefited the most? White women. White women have benefited the most from DEI. White women. So when a white male makes jokes about DEI and how bad it is, it's your wife. It's your daughter that benefited the most statistically from DEI. Now, black people somehow are at the bottom of DEI when it came to who got the best benefits. Dead last. At almost 3 to 4% of anything that was given out, and somehow we're at the top of that DEI list. Like when they say DEI, somehow it has something to do with black. It has nothing to do or anything to do with benefiting black people. And what I'm trying to tell you is, when you talk about DEI, when they crack jokes about DEI, when they say, oh, that was a DEI hire, they really talking about white women. They have made significant strides from DEI. Then comes the veterans. The veterans was in second. When it comes to DEI, veterans. People with disabilities. LGBTQ. All I'm saying is we got to put the freeze on these DEI jokes about blacks. White women benefited more than anybody from DEI, and when white men get on the news or get on the TV or they make DEI jokes, you talking about your family. You talking about your family members. That's it. It's the truth. You don't want to hear it? Turn the channel. So all I'm saying is, y'all been brainwashed. White folks have been brainwashed, thinking that DEI means something outside of them. When you go to dinner and have the dinner set at the dinner table, some of that food got on the table because of DEI. It's the truth. We 4%. We ain't what DEI put food on our table. It didn't help us. But y'all will fight for it and talk about it like you owning it as blacks. And that's the delusion. You delusional. DEI benefited a way more other groups, way more, than it did blacks. So when I was out and people got to laugh and sniggle about DEI, especially when you're talking about the statue in New York, oh, that's a DEI statue. No, because if it was a DEI statue, it would have been of a white woman. Understand what I'm saying? That's a DEI statue. Stop letting the mainstream media pollute your ideas of what's really going on. take a little elbow grease and go do some digging. Because the truth is, black people at the lowest percentage of what they dealt out for DEI. I guess you just be happy with crumbs. Hey, we gave y'all a little something. Just because we got a little something, now you the face of it. You got a little something, so now you the face of it. Don't stop letting the mainstream media trick you. Even white people, my white counterparts. Every time y'all made a stupid joke or a silly smirk about DEI, you talking about the women in your family. That's what you're doing. That's why I just look at you like you crazy. Let's put the kibosh on that. Let's stop all of the different thoughts. Let's stop all this divisiveness and look at what's really happening then. It could never be a DEI statue when it comes, if you saying it's DEI and DEI caused that statue. All I'm saying is don't cut your nose to spite your face. That's what I'm saying. We're going to head to the lines. If you want to react to it, I would love to hear. I would love to hear it. Lana.
Hey.
How you doing, Lana Banana? How you doing, Queen?
All right, how you doing, Tory?
Blessings.
King Tory. Yeah. First of all, I'm going to just put this out there, like with me, how I move is I don't group all Republicans in one group and say they're all the same. And I don't group all Democrats together and say they're all the same. I just look at, individuals. I don't label them as like Republicans or Democrats, only when it's necessary, like, to vote or whatever. But like with the DEI, they was making it seem like it was for black people because there was erasing the information from the Tuskegee airmen that was in the on the web page, and anything that said DEI that was going to take away the black people.
But that's what the fear mongering tactics that they use to get you sparked up. I need to get you sparked up so you can do what I want you to do.
Yeah, but see, Larry Banana don't move like that. See, I try to read between the lines if I don't understand. I ask questions, but I remember you were saying DEI benefits white women first. So when they taking out the information for the Tuskegee Airmen and they put it back, and for Harry Tubman and they put it back, I'm like, they just playing games with us. They're gonna put it back anyway. They're trying to scare it. They ain't scared.
Because they know you're emotionally charged. You move off emotion, and they know that. Fear and emotion. They ain't got to do much to get you riled up, get you in your feelings, get you feeling a certain way, and then you going to do the rest.
And have us believe in a lie, worked up over a lie. We got to find the truth.
You better go look it up.
Mm-hmm. Find them facts. Yeah, that's all I want to say, Tory. It is a, fear-mongering thing. They ain't scaring me.
All right, Lana, I appreciate you for tapping in. Like I said, let's just get it out there. Because I'm tired when somebody say DEI, they looking my way. I didn't get nothing from it. And very little, according to statistics. Very little. But we take a little and jump from the free throw line with it. That's why it looked like a lot. I made a post the other day. Sometimes when all you need is a little, when you get a little, it seems like a lot. Eddie, you on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
How you doing, brother?
Good day, Tory. Good, Tory. How are you?
Hey, I'm feeling powerful.
Tory, you're always very powerful. I don't know if you know this, Tory, but you are the most requested.
Yes, that's been going on for a long time.
Advocate for not just in Milwaukee,
now I'm an
award-winning
radio show, one of the best radio shows in the state of Wisconsin.
And I'm flattered to be the reason for that.
Oh,
Tory,
wow. See, colonization.
Tory, that's right. I never denied it. I never denied it, right?
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah, I know. I understand.
I'm like the Columbus.
I understand what you're trying to do.
I'm like the Christopher Columbus of 101.7. Sorry, I wanted to comment on the statue. The full-sized black woman statue in New York. I think Price did an excellent job of really capturing the essence of today's modern-day black woman. I think he did a fantastic job.
Okay.
And I'd like to speak for all white people, Tory, when I say that. I think it could have been any
Irish,
better.
German? What?
Everybody.
Okay.
If you're a Caucasian, I'm speaking for you.
Okay.
Okay?
I got you.
That's it.
Go right ahead.
So
y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Eddie, y'all spokesperson, Caucasian people, Eddie, y'all King Caucasian Eddie.
That's right. And let's cross over to some Arabs, too. I speak for other Arabs, too. So, Tory, I just want to say that Price really captured the essence of the strong, modern-day, full-size black woman in that sculpture, that statue in New York City. He could have done a better job. Couldn't have done a better job. I think he did an excellent job of really
Eddie.
capturing.
Look, let me tell you something. Really, hey, DJ Brother Z, put Eddie picture up. That statue kind of look like you.
No, that picture. That picture is altered.
It got the same hair.
Somebody
got the same body style. Could be Eddie.
Well, then my picture's altered through AI or something. I don't know what you did to expand my gut. My gut is not that big.
Wait a minute. If you look at the Eddie picture and the statue, you can see some similarities.
You mean because I come off as powerful and the strong black woman
like
comes
you
off
got
as
an
powerful
attitude,
also?
Like you got an attitude, yeah.
Oh, well, okay. Well, Jesus had an attitude. Martin Luther King had an attitude. Gandhi.
Hey.
Ben Gurion. Ben Yehuda had an attitude.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm in good company. I'm in good company, Tory.
Put the statue next to Eddie and see how it compares.
Oh.
Make a comparison.
That's horrible.
No, I mean, I'm just
horrible.
Hold on.
That is, you know what?
Wait a minute,
you shouldn't
Eddie.
be talking.
Hold on, Eddie. You might be on to something. You know what?
Tory.
You might be on to something.
Tory, I ate with you. Your gut is bigger than mine. Somebody added in an extra 20% on my gut. My gut is not that big. Somebody expanded it on like Microsoft Word or something.
Your name tag covers up the gut. We covered
Thank
it up
God
with
for
the
that,
Eddie.
Zach.
We covered
Thank you, Zach.
The name tag off as we speak.
Yeah, don't take
Don't do that, Zach.
Oh.
That's not fair, Zach.
Oh, no, look
That's
at the
not
hair.
fair.
This guy may have been. This may be, because they said it wasn't really a particular person.
I see what you're saying. So they used me as some kind of model and then just added on, right, Tory?
I don't know. I'm just, you got me thinking about this. You excited. You
Tory, let me
extremely
just say-
excited. Hold on. You extremely excited about it. I ain't never seen you this excited about something. So my mind is,
Tory, I'm just excited about DEI. That's all there's to it.
And you should
I'm excited about it.
And you should be.
As a right-wing, conservative, middle-aged white Republican, nobody is more excited about DEI than I am, Tory.
Well, I'm sure, because white women benefited the most.
I agree. And by the way, all these liberal white women who talk about being liberal and, growing up 40 miles from the city, Tory, Kachi Lake or in West Bend or Sheboygan, they talk about multiculturalism and diversity, and then they take the jobs that are supposed to be going towards the black community, or many of the jobs. Tory, on that note, I got to go. I got to get into the gym, Tory. I'm trying to lose a little weight so we can retake that picture and post it.
Eddie, we're going to have to get you in studio, Eddie. This year, we're going to make sure that you get in studio.
Got it.
And be visible at the events, Eddie.
Yes, I'll do it.
You're going to have to start coming out to the events, Eddie.
I came out. I almost got shot.
All right.
Got shot.
Comedy with Eddie. I appreciate you for tapping in, Eddie. Hey, look, when we come back, we got Winky Blue on the lines. We got some chat. We got some talk to text. We're going to try to get to it all when we get back. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Start jamming in the morning and get your daily drop of juice.
Juice gets you hydrated and started for your day. And that's what we plan to do from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Every single morning, we're going to be keeping you in the mix, talking about everything you care about all before 9 a.m.
So wipe that crust out your eyes and get ready for jamming with juice.
Turning your mornings into your favorite part of the day.
Get that stank breath out of here. Brush your teeth.
It's it, bro. Like, what? Catch Jammin' with Juice
From 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Milwaukee.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win. And how many games? 6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
The Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, we're talking about up to $5 million, which for small business owners, we need that. That's like payroll, that's resources. So can you just let us know what is the program and why is this lending program so important to Old National Bank?
Years ago, our CEO, Jim Ryan, this program is his brainchild. He was working with Roland Shelton, who you know, Denise, out of Evansville, and they identified that African-American business owners, Hispanic business owners, Native American business owners, as well as women business owners had a difficult time in obtaining financing from the traditional credit partners. And so we went out, created a program, launched it last year in 2023. And so far last year, we have helped over 100 successful minority and women-owned businesses with about $25 million in loans. We've already started this year with almost $8 million in approvals, again, geared toward minority business owners and women business owners that normally had difficulties in obtaining traditional credit finance.
What's poppin', Truth Nation? It's your girl Noni Juice, and it's Steinhaffel's Memorial Day mattress sale. Save up to $900 on select adjustable base sets, plus get up to $300 in Steinhaffel's cash. And take advantage of Steinhaffel's special 60-month financing. You can get a Queen Tempur-Pedic mattress for only $48 per month, a Beauty Rest Black mattress for only $36 per month, and an avocado mattress for only $26 per month. Steinhaffel's is Wisconsin's mattress leader. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
As a fellow military veteran, I relied on my team to get through very difficult missions. We had each other's back and supported our teammates through thick and thin. If you find yourself struggling to make it another day or know someone who is, reach out. Support is at reachoutwis.org.
Paid for by Advancing a Healthier Wisconsin Endowment with support by the Medical College of Wisconsin, the War Memorial Center, and reachoutwis.org.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Woo! Y'all ain't know her, right?
Love that on that beat.
Let's go. No masterpiece.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show, DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Hey, look, powerful conversation we've been having today. Y'all want to join the conversation? 833-212-1017. Winky Blue, back on the lines. How you doing, Brother Wink?
How you doing, man? I knew it was going to be something good, man. See, the DEI thing, and you're right, man. See, what happens is that you have to look at who starts this boogeyman show. This is right out of the white woman's playbook. See, Nancy Pelosi, as long as we got Nancy Pelosi hanging around that White House, man, we in trouble. See, the white boy already know that the DEI is been controlled, dominated, and hijacked by the white woman, his own woman. See, his own woman done tied his hands. See, but they put the black face on there. So the black face, because we're black, we're loud, we're radical, and very, very emotional. So if you hand us the ball, we gonna run with it, man. We gonna run, man. We gonna run with it, man. We gonna shoot it. You know, we ain't gonna too much pass it. We gonna run for it. So the thing is the white girl gotta get it to the black folk. Once they get it to the black folk, we run with it because we're emotional, loud, and very, very radical, man, and our grievance, and we rightfully so. But so we got to realize something. When affirmative action took place, it was adopted from the Philadelphia. Philadelphia had already started the plan. Nixon got a hold to it and expanded it, which was a Republican. He expanded it, which made to women and minorities of diverse groups, but it was really for blacks. Let there be no uncertainties about that. They say it's diverse groups now, and see that's how them transgender people done hijacked it, because the one word in that civil rights thing, the word gender. See that word gender? They took that word gender, and that you can't discriminate against that because it can be any gender, and that's how they done hijacked it. DEI, we are low on the totem pole to receive any benefits, and our black women don't even know how to go and be entitled to it. They don't know how to even work it. Our black girls don't even know how to work it. But we know how to work other little social free programs, okay? Listen, man, I had to chime in on that because the white boy know that the white girl done tied his hands, his own girl. She done tied his hands. He got to shake it loose. He's smart enough to shake it loose. What we going to do? We sit around and just go for it. I'm going to tell you this story, man, right quick, if y'all got 1 minute, just 1 minute. A black man and a white man can go hunting. The white man can say, "Oh, well, Ray, I'm going over this way. I'm gonna go about 10 miles, about a mile or so this way." And Ray say, "Okay, then, Harry, I'm gonna go about a mile this way." And they go in separate directions. And one sit down and have a lunch, and he grab his hand and sit down, and his hand get grabbed by a bear trap. The white boy sit down and have lunch, and he get grabbed by a bear trap. And they both is hollering, help, shooting their guns all in the air, hoping somebody would come rescue them. You know what that white boy do? That white boy, man, would chop his hand off and go and try to put it in a plastic bag and get back to society. The brother going to sit there in the trap shooting his gun, hollering till he dehydrate himself and maybe die from dehydration, hoping somebody will come save him. That's what we got to realize, man. We have to be willing to sacrifice even that arm, and we don't want to. That's how it is.
Hey, all I'm saying is I just want the truth out there because I hear it all the time. I see the smirks, I see the sly remarks. But in my mind, when I look at who actually benefited, I'm just telling the truth about who actually benefited. And when you talk about blacks and DEI, we definitely shouldn't be poking our chest out about it because we got the least. So all I'm saying is let's get the conversation straight. That's it. Let's just get the language according to what happened straight. Let's just do that. Because if you're mad about what I just said, then you the problem. You the problem. So it's okay to make a person think that they got a benefit that they didn't really truly get. And the person who got the benefit to hide that person and make them think the other person got the benefit that didn't get it when they did. That's what it sounds like to me. So I'm just straightening it out. And hopefully you spread the word. Because what I told you was 100%, you can look it up. You can look it up. It's not rocket science. It's right there in your face. You ain't got to get no high blood pressure about it. You ain't got to feel no type of way about it. Just go look. Just go check it out. That's it. That's all I'm asking. Hey. Powerful. Powerful, powerful, powerful. What they saying in the chat? Oh, they laughing about Eddie and the statue. It was comedy with Eddie, that's all. It's a little comedy. It's a little comedy, that's all, Eddie. You know, Eddie calls in and he tries to, you know, and I understand it. And I salute everybody that call into the show. I love it. I love it. Salute to Truth Nation. Salute to everybody that adds to the conversation. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody on the Talk to Text line. I appreciate you for even calling in, typing in, texting in, no matter what. Because why? We're here to have that powerful conversation. And that don't mean we all got to agree. That don't mean we all got to like the same thing. But at the end of the day, we all got to be a resource and we all got to try to help. We all got to be an active listening audience. And if we can come away with some resources for each other at the end of the day, that's the goal. That's the ultimate goal. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll be joined on the lines by advocating author Elizabeth Brown. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey everybody, it's Melanie Ricks. You all know I love supporting a local team. That's why I'm excited to tell you about UW Credit Union. They've been serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. And when I was in school, they helped me learn how to plan for my future and make my money grow. Even now, they're still always there for me when I have questions, and they'll be there for you too. So stop by any of their 13 Milwaukee area branches or visit uwcu.org to become a UW Credit Union member today, like me. Federally insured by NCUA.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course or unwind at the award-winning Calidora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen. Explore stunning shores and historic landmarks. And enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Carrie Noni with her truth.
You know, sometimes the mundane isn't a burden, it's the beauty of living. I came to this conclusion after recently watching the movie Subservience on Netflix. It's a crazy film, y'all. I would suggest you check it out. But it's a story that explores our relationship with technology and how it's programmed to take our burdens away. This movie really got me thinking about how much we're wired to avoid struggle. We create tools and shortcuts to make life easier, whether it's robots, apps, or even outsourcing everyday tasks. But in the process, we risk forgetting the value of the little things we go through every day. Sure, folding laundry or grocery shopping might feel like chores. I literally dread cleaning up. But isn't there something grounding about them? Something that reminds us we're human. Life isn't just about the highlights or the easy parts. It's about the messy, repetitive, and sometimes inconvenient stuff too. Think about it. Who would you be if you didn't have to face the small frustrations that test your patience, or the routines that push you to show up for yourself or the people around you? The mundane moments, the ones we rush to escape, are often the ones that shape us. If life was nothing but convenience, where's the growth? Where's the grit that teaches us resilience? And most importantly, where's the appreciation for the moments that do take our breath away? So maybe the next time you find yourself annoyed by the daily grind and are on the brink of crashing out, you pause, you breathe, and remind yourself that the beauty of life isn't just in the big moments, but in every little thing that makes them possible.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to Jammin' with Juice with Ben Jammin and Carrie Noni weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Decades ago, Black entrepreneur Richelieu Dennis founded Sundial. It's the brand behind the popular Shea Moisture line of products. But after building the business into a big success, Dennis sold it to a major company, Unilever. A move that confused a lot of people in the black community. In a conversation on Bloomberg, Dennis explained the reason why he made the move and why he's continued to make similar moves.
The impact of having sold Sundial to Unilever mean that we were able to invest in Honey Pot, grow and scale that business. We were able to invest in Mayel, build and scale that business. Both of those businesses are the highest dollar value transaction that a black woman has had in this country.
In 2017, Dennis founded Essence Ventures, an independent black-focused consumer tech company. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. Milwaukee Brewers dropped Game 1 of their 3-game series out in Cleveland to the Guardians. This one by a final score of 5-0. The loss dropping the Brewers 2 games under 500 at 20-22. Game 2 set for this evening. Over to the NBA, where the Dallas Mavericks have won the NBA lottery. They'll have the number 1 pick in the upcoming June 2025 NBA draft. And around the NBA, the Celtics fall into the Knicks 121-113. New York taking a 3-1 lead in that series. And the Timberwolves also taking a 3-1 lead in their series over the Warriors with a 117-110 win. The Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Remember, FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, at 1017thetruth.com.
6 in the morning, the temperature drop is due on the ground, the wind blowing cold. I'm in the back seat, bundled in blanket, cause I ain't got heat and the wheel won't turn on. I'm missing my mama, done fell out with Pac, but it's cool, I'm thugging, I needed to grow. I'm dirty as I ain't got no money, I'm hungry and I ain't got nowhere to go.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Joining me on the line, advocate, author, Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Salute, King. All is well. Happy Tuesday.
Hey, happy Tuesday. I want to talk about this class action lawsuit involving Siri. They're saying there's a class action lawsuit, and they agreed to pay out $95 million settlement after claims that Siri recorded users' conversations without their consent. Hell,
absolutely. And I definitely signed up for that lawsuit. I definitely signed up for it because I know my calls was being recorded, intercepted or something. You know?
We always felt that somebody was listening. It was Siri.
Absolutely. And clearly it was Siri.
So is that per phone or how is that working?
It's a good question. I did receive an email. I've always
had Apple the whole time, like since they came out. So I'm an Apple person. So what I'm saying is that per phone, you know what I mean? 95 million. How are they? You know, what is per phone? How are they doing that?
That's a good question. I did receive an email. I haven't went through it yet. I received the email today. So, you know, you got to read the fine print. And I haven't been able to read the fine print yet. And I'm going to get to that. But absolutely, anybody, everybody, because everybody got an iPhone, sign up. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's 50 cents. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here we go.
Run me my coin.
Here we go. They saying customers could receive up to $20 per device if eligible after filing the claim. $20 per device for them eavesdropping on your conversation.
Don't they know how to? When you ain't in the room, again, you on the table.
Sound like a lot, $95 million, but you only getting $20 per phone.
I don't care. Run it here. Run it up.
Hey, it's money.
$20.
It is something
Absolutely.
that you didn't have. But at what cost?
The question is,
what was you talking about that she was recording?
That part. And what did they do with the recordings?
They sent it to the CIA, I guess.
I guess that's what we get from getting the cloud. Like, this is why, I used to be a big Android person. I was forced when the phone started blowing up. I was forced to get an iPhone. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I'm not surprised.
And they saying that you can disable Siri, go to settings, and then go to Siri, click talk to Siri and choose off. Toggle off, press side button for Siri. You can take it off. You can turn Siri off so you won't be recorded.
And who believe that? Because you always being recorded with something. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way to really turn the iPhone off. Now they got, the new battery update and stuff like that. Not only that, they saying the one tech dude on YouTube in the YouTube streets was saying, like, it's taking pictures of you when you don't even know it's taking pictures of you.
And that's the facial recognition thing, where if you hold your face up to the phone, it'll start snapping. But in order for it to work, it's consistently snapping all the time. So when you pick it up and put it in front of your face, it can open up the phone, so it never goes off.
Yeah. And that's what? If that's not creepy.
Here we go.
I mean, you have to make it make sense.
Hey.
It ain't making no sense.
That's why the phone keep cutting off. When you talk, they didn't heard what you were saying.
Clearly.
Some of y'all ain't even active enough. Some of y'all, and I always tell people, I don't care if they listening to my conversation. Hopefully they send somebody to help. Hopefully that's what I be hoping. I be hoping when they listening that they send somebody to help the situation.
And it never happens.
It never happens.
It just be me.
They only listening.
You know what I'm saying?
They only listening for the criminal ideas. I'm on the phone all the time with folks that need help, and hopefully they send some of the clips to the folks that can come and help folks.
They ain't, because
they ain't gonna do that.
The people that's listening, they ain't doing that neither. They just listening in, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to get you caught up.
You might hear you might hear a few things, like later in the evening if that's the case. You might hear somebody saying something. But during the regular times, I need y'all to send some help. Hey, don't try to focus in on the 5%.
But hey, respectfully so. They don't want none of that. They definitely don't want none of that. They leaving that, they getting paid the big bucks and we getting stuck with doing the work. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's a lot I could do with that $20. I mean, maybe, this summer I can go get me an ice cream cone or something.
Look here. Cousins got the meal deal.
Right. Oh, the $10 meal deal. That's right.
Cousins. You know how we love cousins, so, hey. And
they said Google did it. So Google, you might could get some money from Google, Siri, and Alexa. They always recording. So if this is a lawsuit on all three, though, that's $30 right there.
Absolutely. You are absolutely correct.
Hey.
And while we talking about breaches, we gotta, in a minute we gotta talk about, Milwaukee PD finna start using the recognition from the cameras, even though it's been plenty talks about how they are arresting the wrong people due to the face recognition.
Right. They getting the wrong people from the face recognition. Even face recognition got a little discrimination in it.
But what I'm saying with Milwaukee PD knowing that already, knowing that they already lead in mass incarceration of, stop and frisk and locking people up that's not supposed to be locked up, why would they, jump on board to do this? You know what I'm saying? Knowing the L's that our community already have taken. So now you're going to gamble with that on people who already been traumatized and brutalized. and unlawfully arrested.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, but we'll touch bases on that because that it came out on the news too. So I'm gonna have to do my my searching a little deeper for that for when we bring that. But
Also,
I thought I'd bring that up while we're talking about this AI thing.
Also, I just want to put a kibosh on the DEI conversation. And when we, like, black people feel like they have some type of vibrational connection, or the mainstream media will try to make us believe that benefited the black communities. When you start looking at the statistics, white women and then white men benefited more than blacks. We were last on the totem pole for some of those things, So I just want to put that out there that, it's, if you look it up, it benefited white women. And then if you keep reading it, white men got some type of benefit. White men also benefited from DEI initiatives. And so you got to make sure that you have things in proper perspective. So when you don't run off with the mainstream narrative, many times that is swayed to make you feel a certain way or think a certain way.
Absolutely. And we need to know that, everybody benefited from it but us. The little tokens that were able to get, whatever they had, that little 1-2%, but the majority was everybody else. It wasn't, FBAs. It wasn't the black first, the B1s. We wasn't receiving what they put on the mainstream that it was about, But now we're starting to recognize exactly what that looked like when they went to using minorities and what that consisted of, meaning disabled, transgender, you know what I'm saying?
Veterans.
Like that, it was so broad.
Disabled, I tell people like this, you got to do a little elbow grease when you hear things before you go off and start feeling some type of way and getting caught up in your feelings about stuff. Before you get out here and get in your feelings about things, you need to go look it up.
You got to look it up. You happily,
because the numbers is right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Matter of fact, Siri listening to everything, go ask Siri about it. She gonna tell you. Siri know.
She definitely gonna tell you.
She got in trouble, but she know. Hey, look.
Absolutely.
When we come back, I want to get your final thoughts on the show, Elizabeth Brown. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. 1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, 4 lucky businesses will win an opportunity for a monthly spotlight interview. Yes, you will win 3 interviews on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. To sign up for your business's chance to be highlighted on The Truth for 3 months, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That is blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank member FDIC.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. There's no better time to upgrade your windows and doors than right now, because you can get up to 6 years of 0% financing at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Yes, no interest for up to 72 months, and the full Pella experience is always included. That means the Pella team is with you from start to finish. They don't disappear after the work is done. Set up your free in-home consultation. You commit to nothing at this point. A Pella design expert will listen to your vision and then present the different colors, sizes, and customizations needed to make that vision a reality. It can feel overwhelming to consider what feels like limitless possibilities, but Pella's design team can help narrow those options down for you to create that dream upgrade. Hurry! Get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Certain restrictions apply, and the deal ends May 31st, 2025. So visit PellaWI.com today.
It's party time at Cousins Subs. For a limited time only, Cousins 2-foot party subs are back. Choose from the club, ham and provolone, Italian special, or turkey. Each party sub is just $39.99. Feeds 5 to 8 people and requires 24-hour notice to order. And now you can complete your party by adding a party chip bag and a dozen chocolate chip cookies for just $4.99. Order today in store, online, or on the app. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I turned shorty up, sipping on that 1942. I got my 42. Oh, you got your 42. I got 40 of them. I rock Cardi's, you can't see my eyes because I be pouring up.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Elizabeth Brown, another powerful conversation today. I want to get your final thoughts.
I mean, again, you always touch the topics that nobody else will touch, and salute to you. You know, when we talk about, how it's highlighted that, the birth of a nation, that all of these black men are just vicious, and, all of these stars coming up getting these sexual assault charges, and they trials go viral. They keep them on the front page for 7 months, and then you have the Catholic priests, and the white Hollywood executives who again have also are bigger fish than Diddy, whose name came up, and then you don't see it no more. You have to search DuckDuckGo because they done cleaned in Google. The main idea is for us to make sure that we're paying attention and we're making sure that our children have integrity, where they're not willing to lose their soul, sell their soul, sell their body, their minds, where they're putting themselves in a compromising position just to say, "Mama, I made it," or just to be in a room with individuals, because one thing for sure and two for certain, everything got a cost. There's a price for everything. Nothing is for free. And what we're seeing with Hollywood, what we're seeing with the music industry, what we're seeing, in these sports and things like that, we have to make sure that our children find value in themselves so they don't put everything on the line for $1. Because at the end of the day, like I said, if you watch Unsung, all of these great men that are black that did these great things now are being deteriorated right before our eyes, and it just goes to show, when you ask, was it worth it? No, it's not. So, with that being said, King, we working.
Hey, look, I'll tell you this. We got to discuss and break down how America portrays certain things in the mainstream media to make you feel a certain way, and we got to put the kibosh on a lot of this, because it's right there in front of your face. It's written all over your face. You know what I mean? It's right there. I try to put it there, but you got to do a little elbow grease and do a little digging, but we going to get to it. And I appreciate you for being on these front lines as usual, Queen. Hey, we got a lot of work to do.
Let's get it. Hey, you already know. Let's work. Let's get it. One love.
All right, DJ Brother Z.
All right, Queen. All right, turn it up for what the fuck. Green don't know it's me. Go. Let's
salute.
Hey, look, thank y'all for tuning in to the show today. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody in the talk, the text, everybody that hit the lines today, adding to the conversation. Join me tomorrow for another powerful conversation. Keep your head on a swivel. Green don't always mean go. And look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
It started with a prediction.
Go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in